Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I am going to discuss on the reproduction in Cycas plant. Okay, when we talk about the reproduction in Cycas plant, the reproduction in this plant, it usually takes place by means of both vegetative and sexual method. So let's take a look at the first method, that is the vegetative reproduction. In vegetative reproduction, it takes place by means of these adventitious roots or adventitious buds, or what are known as the bulbils. Okay, these are the adventitious buds or the bulbils by which they reproduce vegetatively. Now these adventitious buds or the bulbils, they are produced all over the stem of the Cycas plant, usually in the lower basal part of the stem. Let me show you this. You can see many bulbils here in the stem of a Cycas plant. Even in this picture, we can see some of the bulbils which are found on the stem. Even here in the basal part of the stem, we can see some adventitious buds or bulbils. Now, these bulbils, after they form, they will get detached from the stem and they will fall on the soil and germinate to produce new plants. And we can see here these bulbils, they possesses a few scaly leaves. In this case, we can see three scale leaves and foliage leaves, and we can also see scale leaves. So these bulbils, they possess both scale leaves and few foliage leaves. And we can see here the foliage leaves, when young, they are serratinately coiled. Okay, so this we have already studied the foliage leaf, where we have the leaflets, the midrib, the rachis, this is the rachis, and these are the scaly leaves. Okay, so it has been shown that the Cycas plant, the bulbils of the male plants, as we know that the Cycas is a dioecious plant, that is, both the male and the female organs are produced on separate plants. So it has been found out that the bulbils of male plant, they will produce only the bulbils of male plants will produce only the male plants, and those with the bulbils which are found on the female plants, they will produce only the female plants. They will give rise to only female plants. So the next type of reproduction which we found in the Cycas is sexual reproduction. So as I've already mentioned that Cycas is strictly a dioecious plant, meaning the male and the female organs, they are produced on separate plants. Okay, so the plant of Cycas, we can say that it is heterosporous, meaning it produces two kinds of spores, that is the male microspore and the female megaspore. So if we take a look at the male plant, what do we see? It produces the microsporophylls. We can see here many microsporophylls which are arranged in the form of a cone, a compact cone. Here we can see this is the male cone. Okay, the microsporophylls are arranged compactly in the form of a cone, which is cylindrical or ovoid in and woody in texture. Okay, each cone we can see is very large, and it can reach up to 50 centimeter in length or more. In other Cycas species, it can reach up to more than 50 centimeter. Now here the formation of the male cone, that is the shoot apex, is utilized in the development of the male cone so that the apical growth of the stem is stopped. Okay, but later on these from the shoot apex, a new lateral bud develop at the base of the peduncle, which grows straight, and thus it will push this male cone to one side. Okay, so that is why we say that the male plant, it shows a sympodial branching. So we will talk about this in detail in the next video when we studied in detail this male cone. Now the further growth of the activity of the further growth of plant occurs by the activity of the new stem apex of the lateral branch, which soon becomes terminal in position. So the new bud will give rise or will develop to a new fresh crown of leaves. Then the new male cone will start to appear. Okay, so we see here that the male cone, it develops singly here in this case at the apex of the stem. We can see here these are the crown of the foliage leaves, but in some species there may be more than one. Okay, maybe 3 or 4 cones will arise at this apex of the stem. And the female plant, as we can see here, it will give rise to the microsporophyll. Okay, the female plant will give rise to the what we call the megasporophyll. Now the female plant will produce the megasporophyll. However, the production of both the male cones in male plants and the megasporophylls in the female plants, they begin when the plant becomes 10 years old or more. Okay, so we can see here, this is also the female plant, where we can see they are not arranged in the form of a cone. Instead, they are loosely arranged. They are loosely arranged as compared to the male cone, and they are found in crowded whorls. We can see this one, it's more clear, this picture. We can clearly see that they are loosely arranged and they are found in crowded whorls around the apex of the female plant. You can see here at the apex of this plant we can find both the microsporophyll and the megasporophyll. They are formed on the apex of the male plant and the female plant respectively. And you can see here this female cone or the megasporophyll, they are alternating with the whorl of the foliage leaves. We can see both in the female and the male plant, we can see the whorl of the foliage leaves. Okay, so the sexual reproduction in Cycas, it takes place by these both male and the female structures, which will form the micro and the megaspores respectively. Okay, so for the detailed structure of both the male and the female cone, I will be explaining in the next video. So that's it for today. Thank you.